North Korea fired several gunshots this morning at a South Korean guard post along the border, hitting it and prompting the South Korean military to fire back warning shots. The South Korean military is still investigating why the shots were fired, but it says it's unlikely to have been a deliberate provocation.
North Korea fired at least 4 rounds on Sunday at around 7:41 a.m., hitting a South Korean guard post in the demilitarized zone in Cheolwon County. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said there was no damage sustained by South Korean personnel or facilities. In accordance with protocol, the South Korean military responded by twice firing around 10 warning shots and broadcasting a warning that urged the North to refrain from further provocations. A military official said the North's move is a violation of the 2018 Inter-Korean Comprehensive Military Agreement to refrain from engaging in provocative military acts along the border.
Donna Massett is an epidemiologist at the University of California. She worked and trained with scientists at the Wuhan Institute of Virology, and she told Business Insider there are 4 reasons why she thinks the coronavirus outbreak was no lab accident. 1. Samples from the lab did not match the new coronavirus. After sequencing the virus, Massett says Wuhan scientists checked records from the last few years, cross-referencing the new genome with other coronavirus samples they had collected, but they did not find a match. Reason 2 has to do with what Massett describes as very stringent safety protocols. Massett worked with Wuhan researchers as part of PREDICT, a US pandemic warning program. She says scientists wear multiple layers of gloves, eye protection, full bodysuits and masks.
Who would pump billions of rands into aviation right now? This is on the minds of thousands of workers at SA who have been told that Public Enterprises is planning to restructure the old SA to create a new one. The department wants a profitable and viable airline, but some details still need to be ironed out.
Well, we don't know who those are. Obviously, that is a process that will unfold at a later stage. At this moment, what is important is that we design this new airline. We determine the routes that we are going to be flying. We determine what type of aircraft will need to service those routes. The frequencies on each one of these particular routes.
The 2020 World Health Assembly will be held online later this month. Now, Taiwan has been excluded from the Global Health Conference for 3 years in a row, but this year both the US and Japan are ramping up their bids to get Taiwan back in the loop.
Japan and the US are capitalizing on Taiwan's response to COVID-19 to advocate for Taiwan's role in the global health community. Campaigners say Taiwan could have a better chance this year precisely because the assembly is being held online.
The American Institute in Taiwan posted this video, a countdown to the WHO, on Facebook saying, "The U.S. firmly believes Taiwan has a role to play in global health and it should be invited to observe the World Health Assembly later this month."
As France continues to see a drop in new cases and deaths from COVID-19, the French health minister warned against risking the momentum of its recovery by lifting restrictions too early. The first phase of easing restrictions is set for May 11th. That's when the strict lockdown ends and people can travel up to 100 kilometers from their homes. They can also return to their workplaces. Most businesses and some schools will reopen, and social distancing guidelines will be enforced. But restaurants and cafes will remain closed, and large gatherings are still banned. The bill extending the health state of emergency until July 24th includes 7 articles. Among them, a requirement that anyone arriving in France or in a French territory from abroad go into isolation for 14 days.
Now we're getting in some latest inputs on the Handwara operation in Jammu and Kashmir as we speak. In the 8-hour-long encounter that ensued, one colonel who was the commanding officer of the 21 Rashtriya Rifles, one Indian Army major, 2 soldiers and even 1 police sub-inspector have been martyred. 2 terrorists were also eliminated in this encounter. It was an 8-hour-long operation. The operation was carried out by the Indian Army and the Jammu and Kashmir police after a tip-off from civilian inmates in Changimulla. Preliminary reports suggest that the team at the first entered the target area and found civilians in a hostage-like situation. Despite coming under the attack of terrorists, the defense forces successfully extricated trapped civilians. After close to 8 hours of encounter, the 2 terrorists were eliminated.
由修例事件到而家嚟講咧，我哋今日係處理緊係第11單與爆炸品或者係土製炸彈有關係嘅案件。但係我哋最緊張一樣嘢就係話佢點解要攞呢一批咁劇毒同埋易燃嘅嘢？佢個企圖係嚟做啲咩嘢嘅咧？呢個亦都係我哋咧一個最重要嘅調查方向之一嘅。
Now let's bring you some fresh visuals of Navy choppers who are showering petals at a Goa Medical College. Remember, will continue to bring you visuals as the country salutes its frontline workers today. As you can see on your screens, these are live visuals from a Goa Medical College where a Navy chopper is showering flower petals across the hospital as a salute to the corona warriors and the healthcare workers. As you can see, people have gathered and are wearing masks and exercising all precautions to make sure that the virus does not spread further. And this flypast is being conducted as an aerial salute to corona warriors, which includes healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, paramedical staff who have been on the front lines in the fight against COVID-19.
Boris Johnson and his fiancée have named their baby boy after the doctors who saved the British Prime Minister's life. Wilfred Laurie Nicholas Johnson was introduced to the world by his proud mum. Ben Avery has more.
It's only one photograph, but 2 things are clear: his mother's affection and his father's hair. Introducing Wilfred Laurie Nicholas Johnson, Carrie Simmons wrote on Instagram. Wilfred after Boris's grandfather, Laurie after my grandfather, Nicholas after the 2 doctors that saved Boris's life last month. Dr Nick Price and Dr Nick Hart have responded in a statement of their own, saying we are honoured and humbled to have been recognised in this way.
December.
Strange pneumonia cases reported.
Roger that. January.
We discovered a new virus.
So what?
It's dangerous.
It's only a flu.
Wear a mask.
Don't wear a mask.
Stay at home.
It's violating human rights.
Building temporary hospitals.
It's a concentration camp.
Built in 10 days.
Show off.
Time to lock down.
How barbaric.
February.
It's overwhelming our medical system.
Look how backward China is.
The virus is killing doctors.
Typical third world.
It's airborne.
It'll magically go away in April.
Everyone stay at home.
Violation of human rights.
March.
Our numbers are now dropping.
Impossible. Look at Italy.
We wore masks.
You lied to us.
We made our data public.
You kept everything secret.
Your people are now dying.
You didn't warn us.
We said it was dangerous.
You lied.
April.
We said it was airborne.
You gave false data. Why didn't you warn us?
We said it was dangerous.
The virus is not dangerous, but millions of Chinese are dead. Even though the virus is not dangerous, we are are correct, even though we contradict ourselves.
Gosh, just listen to yourself.
That's right. You lied. We did nothing for 3 months. And because the WHO agrees with China, we're cutting funding for the WHO.
Are you listening to yourselves?
We are always correct, even though we contradict ourselves.
That's what I love best about you Americans. Your consistency.